you may know, if you have watched my videos, on this channel I discuss some of the financial aspects related to a medical career and of course in relation to general practice. The last tax year has ended and a new one has begun. This means that I need to review my accounts and send them over to my accountant. So I thought it would be a good time to discuss what expenses I have as a GP, especially as there are quite a few costly ones that have risen in price. Also, many of you may not be aware of the expenses you have as a doctor or GP. So in this video, we'll be looking at 8 of my main expenses as a GP. And if you want to know more about the financial aspects to working as a GP, such as how much GPs earn, then be sure to check out this playlist. And welcome back. If you're new, then a warm welcome to you. My name is Dr. Baptiste. I work as a portfolio GP, and if you don't know what that means and want to know more, then check out an earlier video. As always, if you like the video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. So let's get into the video. The first expense is the General Medical Council or GMC payments. As you may know, the GMC is the regulatory body for doctors, with their primary role to protect the patients we serve. Once you complete medical school here in the UK and start working as a doctor, you will become provisionally and then fully qualified with the GMC. Financially, you will have to pay the GMC a number of payments. These include a fee to register and then an annual fee to remain on the register. Like most things, the fees do not stay the same, and over the years they increase slightly. For the last tax year, I paid £42 a month. The next expense is the BMA or British Medical Association payments. The BMA is a trade union and professional body for doctors and medical students in the UK. There are different memberships depending on if you are a GMC or non-GMC doctor or medical student. The fee you pay varies depending on your situation. For example, if you are on maternity leave or not. I paid roughly £40 during the last tax year. Number 3, medical indemnity. As a doctor, anything could go wrong. According to the GMC, if a patient has suffered harm due to a doctor's negligence, the doctor must have suitable insurance or indemnity to compensate the patient. Although this can sound scary, being a member of one of the medical defence organisations also ensures you have access to medical legal support and advice. For example, if you want to discuss a particular case, you can call the organisation and ask for advice. The GMC state that you must have adequate cover, which includes everything you do as a doctor or GP, i.e. the scope of your work. For example, if you work in the private sector, you will need to ensure you have appropriate cover for this type of work, in addition to your regular clinical sessions as a GP. Even as a GP, if you complete private work, you will need to ensure your indemnity covers this too. There are a few schemes you need to be aware of. The Clinical Negligence Scheme for GPs, CNSGP, administered by NHS resolution. If you are a GP, GP trainee or locum working under a medical services contract, GMS, PMS or APMS, you will receive indemnity but only for claims arising from incidents which took place on or after April 1st, 2019. If you want to know more about the types of contracts and the business side of general practice, then be sure to check out an earlier video. The existing liability scheme for general practice, ELSGP, may provide general practice staff with cover for claims relating to NHS clinical negligence before the above time period. If you want to know more about the above schemes and NHS resolution, then you can visit the website, which will be in the box below this video. Since the schemes do not cover non-NHS work such as private practice and chargeable services such as medicals, reports and statements, in addition to GMC hearings and criminal cases, you will need to remain a member of a medical defence organisation for these areas. You may have heard of some of them, such as the MPS, MDU or MDDUS. My indemnity ranged from £40 to £51 during the last tax year. Number 4, clarity. In order to ensure you are still able to continue working as a doctor, you need to have an appraisal every year and revalidate every 5 years. In order to do this, you need to provide evidence, much like when you are in training. So as a GP, I pay every year for a platform where I can record the evidence of my learning and reflection. This recently increased from around £50 to almost £80 per year. Number 5 is the RCGP. As a member of the Royal College, I have to pay a membership fee, which I usually pay in 3 instalments. Last year it was almost £140, which has increased to almost £150, so multiplied by 3 is £450 a year. Now the next payments are things that generally come out of your payslip. For example, your student loan and your pension. You make pension contributions and student loan repayments, which varies depending on how much you earn. Since I locum last year, I didn't pay into my pension or repay my student loan. You can contribute to your pension if you are locuming. My standing balance is roughly 15k for my student loan. You are still charged interest on this loan even if you're not making payments. Finally, miscellaneous expenses. Business phone and meals. Finally, I have a business phone which costs me roughly £10 a month. I did not actually include lunch expenses last year, which I definitely should have. Anyway, I will be including them into my accounts going forward. Number 8, business car. I'm also leasing a car, which will be included as part business and part personal use on my next set of accounts. And this is something new for me. When I speak to my accountant about it in more detail for this tax year, if you are interested, I can do a short video on this one too. And if you are, please drop me a comment in the section below the video so that I know. So those are my main professional expenses as a GP. I hope you found it useful. I hope it gave you some insight. And as always, if you like the video, then be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more of the same. I will see you in the next one.